If your cat doesn't stretch when they see you, it doesn't mean they don't like you. It just means you haven't reached that level yet. Think about that for a second. You walk through the door after a long day, or you wake up still half asleep and your cat is already there. Sometimes they roll into a slow, deliberate stretch the moment they notice you. Other times, nothing. No reaction, no signal. Most people never question this. They assume stretching is just about muscles, just something cats do after resting. But here's what most owners completely miss. That stretch isn't about their body, it's about you. And once you understand what triggers it and why some cats do it while others don't, you start to see your relationship with your cat in a completely different way. Have you ever noticed your cat stretching the moment they see you? Or maybe never doing it at all? Let us know in the comments, because that difference matters more than you think. Spoiler alert, one of the reasons behind this behavior reveals exactly how your cat ranks you in their world and why that ranking can change over time. Your cat sees the parts of you others miss. Number 1, the stretch the moment they see you. Have you ever noticed how your cat could be doing absolutely nothing, and the second you walk in, they suddenly stretch? Front legs forward, back, arched body extended, almost like they've been waiting for that exact moment. Most people think this is just a coincidence, like the cat just woke up, or their muscles were stiff. But here's what's actually happening. This isn't a physical stretch, it's a social one. Behavior researchers call this a social stretch, because it's not triggered by the body, it's triggered by your presence. Your cat sees you and something in their brain flips a switch that says now, not 5 minutes earlier, not when they were alone, when you show up. And that timing changes everything. Because cats don't perform social behaviors for no reason. They conserve energy. They don't waste signals. So if your cat is stretching right when they see you, it's intentional. It's communication. And here's the part most people miss. They don't do this for everyone, which means this behavior isn't just about what they're doing. It's about who they're doing it for. Number 2, a behavior they built just for you. Picture this. You walk into your room after being out for a while. Your cat is already there, maybe sitting by the window, maybe lying on the bed. They notice you, and almost instantly they stretch. Long, slow, deliberate, like it was triggered by your arrival. Now here's the strange part. If you weren't there, they wouldn't do it. Most people assume this is instinct, something cats have always done. But that's not true. Wild cats don't stretch like this to communicate. This isn't something inherited from survival in nature. It's something that developed later when cats began living alongside humans. Over time, they created new signals, meowing at adult humans, slow blinking, and this stretch. Not for other cats, for you. Which means when your cat stretches the moment they see you, they're not just reacting, they're using a behavior that exists specifically because of the relationship between cats and humans. That makes it personal. And if this is starting to change how you see your cat, even a little hit, like and subscribe, because most people are living with cats without ever realizing what they're being told. But what your cat does next goes even deeper than communication. Number 3, the hidden scent released during the stretch. A study on feline scent communication, often referenced by behaviorists like John Bradshaw, shows that cats rely heavily on pheromones to define safety territory and social bonds. And one of the lesser-known places these scent signals come from is their paw pads. So when your cat stretches in front of you, especially when they extend their legs and press their paws into the surface, they're not just moving their body. They're activating scent glands. Most people completely overlook this. To you, it looks like a simple stretch, but to your cat, it's a moment of marking. A quiet release of chemical signals that say something very specific. This place is safe, and this being belongs here. Now think about where they usually do it. Near where you sit, on the bed, where you sleep, sometimes right at your feet. That's not accidental placement, that's targeted communication. They're not just stretching in your presence. They're layering their scent into the spaces connected to you, blending you into their definition of home. And here's the part that makes it even more meaningful. Cats don't mark everything equally. So the question isn't just what they're doing, it's why they choose you. Number 4, stretching more for one person than everyone else. So if cats don't mark everything equally, the real question becomes, who do they choose to mark more? Picture this. You're sitting on the couch and your cat walks in. They glance at someone else in the room, maybe even walk past them. No reaction, no signal. Then they see you. And suddenly they stretch, fully, slowly, right in front of you. Most people think this is random preference. Maybe you feed them more, maybe you spend more time with them, But it goes deeper than that. Cats are highly selective social animals. Studies on multi-human households show that cats don't distribute behaviors equally. They assign value internally, ranking the people in their environment. And behaviors like stretching slow, blinking in close proximity, those are reserved for the top tier. So, when your cat stretches in front of you but not someone else, it's not just affection, it's selection. You've reached a level of trust, consistency, and emotional safety that others haven't. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Because timing matters just as much as the person. And what your cat does first thing in the morning reveals a completely different layer of that bond. Number 5. The morning stretch right when you wake up. To understand this behavior, you have to go back to your cat's ancestor, Felis libica, a solitary hunter that survived by timing everything around light cycles. These cats evolved as crepuscular animals, meaning their peak activity happens at dawn and dusk. That pattern didn't disappear when cats became domesticated. It stayed embedded in their biology. So, while you were asleep, your cat wasn't completely off. Part of their brain stayed alert, monitoring, listening, waiting. And when morning comes, when your eyes open, when your breathing shifts, that's the signal. Not the sunlight, not the time. You. That's why your cat often stretches right when you wake up, even though they've had hours to do it before. This isn't just physical release. It's a transition moment, moving from alert mode back into social connection. In the wild, this would be the start of activity. In your home, it becomes something else. A ritual. A quiet way of saying, you're back, and I'm here. But this still doesn't explain why your cat sometimes stretches in the most inconvenient place possible. Number 6. Stretching right in your path. But this still doesn't explain why your cat sometimes chooses the worst possible place to do it, because location, just like timing, is never random. Picture this. You're walking to the kitchen. Maybe you're in a hurry, and suddenly there they are, right in the doorway, fully stretched out, blocking your path like they knew exactly where you were going. Most people think this is bad timing. It's not. It's placement. Cats are extremely aware of movement patterns. They learn where you walk, how you move, and when you're most likely to pass through certain areas. So when they choose to stretch directly in your path, they're placing themselves where you cannot ignore them. Not behind the couch, not in a corner, right where your attention has to go. This isn't desperate behavior. It's confident, almost calculated. Your cat is saying pause, notice me, and most of the time you do. You stop, you look, maybe you speak to them. That moment, that's the goal. So if your cat has ever stretched right in front of you like this, comment one below because it means they've learned something powerful. They can control your attention. One behavior explained, but the final piece reveals what happens when that signal disappears entirely. Number 7. When your cat never stretches around you. Picture this. You walk into the room, your cat notices you, maybe even looks in your direction, but instead of stretching, they stay still. No movement, no signal, just distance. Or maybe it's been like this for a while. You watch videos, you hear people talk about their cats stretching when they see them, and you realize yours doesn't do that. Not once. Most people jump to the worst conclusion. They think maybe my cat just isn't affectionate. Maybe they don't like me as much. But that's not what this means. In most cases, it comes down to 2 things. Either your cat doesn't feel fully relaxed yet, or they've learned that this behavior doesn't get a response. Remember, this stretch isn't automatic. It's a learned social signal. And like any signal, it only continues if it works. If your cat has reached out in small ways before and nothing happened, they adapt. They stop sending it. But here's the important part. That doesn't mean the connection is gone. It means it hasn't fully formed yet. And that can still change. So the next time your cat stretches the moment they see you, pauses in your path, or quietly reaches toward you without making a sound, understand this. It was never just a stretch. It was a signal. A small, almost invisible way of saying, I see you. I trust you. You matter in my world. Because cats don't communicate like we do. They don't announce their feelings. They don't make it obvious. They show it in moments most people overlook. And when your cat chooses to stretch in front of you, especially when they could have done it anywhere else at any other time, that choice means something. It means you are part of their safe space, their routine, their inner circle. In many ways, you're not just the person who takes care of them. You're the one they've decided to connect with. And once you start noticing these small behaviors, something changes. You stop seeing random actions and start seeing intention, connection, trust. You think you know your cat. Wait until you see what these small behaviors actually mean. Go watch this next video and study them in a whole new way.